Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my MotoGP 19 mod career mode. Today we are here for round number 6 now for the Italian Grand Prix, I believe, at Mugello. Let's confirm that real quick, and yes we are. Last race was at Le Mans for the French Grand Prix. If you guys did miss it, check out the race by clicking the card in the top right hand corner of your screen. But today we are here in Valentino Rossi territory. We are here in Ducati territory, so it's going to be a tricky one, but I think we can do well. I love this circuit so much, and I hope we can do well here. And we're currently very close in the championship to Dovi. He's leading the way. We're currently second, 5 points behind, and we're going to see if we can try and overturn that deficit in this race here today at Ducati's home race. With that being said, though, we're going to jump into it here for practice, and first of all take care of the practice programs. Then we're going to set a pretty much good enough lap time to get to Q2 as always, and then we'll move into qualify. But first of all, let's tackle practice, and let's get the bike shaken down and get up to speed around the fantastic Mugello circuit. Okay, so here we are halfway through FP1, and we've currently hit all of our targets for the tests. So as you can see, looking at the race results, or should I say the test results, sorry, we have hit maximum points. Now I'm going to try and go back out on track, as it is a dry session, and see if we can try and hit a decent benchmark, and try and set a good enough lap time for Q2. Currently Vignales is fastest, so we need to find a little bit of pace and try and improve here. So let's jump into it, and let's see if we can try and go a little bit faster. There we go, back to the top of the timesheets. That lap, I think that should be good enough for Q2. It's not super fast compared to the AI, but that should be good enough for Q2. I'm going to simulate some time and see whether AI improve, but I think that should be good, to be honest. So there we have the final practice 1 results, and I reckon based off of other lap times elsewhere, that should be good enough for qualifying. So we're going to jump straight into qualifying and hope that 43.1 is good enough to go straight to Q2. Okay, so we have made it to Q2, so that's good news. We're going to get straight to work and see if we can set the benchmarks here. I'm going to simulate a couple of minutes, and then we're going to get to work. I think pole could be close here. We don't seem to have as much pace as other tracks, and practice kind of proved that. So I'm curious to see how we stack up amongst the pack and see how things go. But I'm certainly looking forward to this qualifying session. I think we're going to be challenged a little bit more than we have been in the past. So let's jump into it, and let's see how we get on in Q2. Okay, that's been a great opener, to be honest. I think that was a very strong lap. My best lap is a 43.1 in practice. If I can get into a 42, I'll be happy. And it's a 42.5, and to be honest with you, I don't think there's much more in that. I've got to be absolutely honest. I think that's on the limit. That was a perfect lap with no mistakes at all. So I'm going to probably come back into the pit lane, to be honest, and see how the AI improved. But I really can't see myself improving on that. That was literally not a single mistake in that lap. I was very happy with that. And I think a mid 42 is about as much as I can do, to be honest. I mean, that lap in practice was kind of on the limit. So let's see if the AI improved. Currently they're in the 45s. But they tend to improve, especially right in the last minute or so of qualifying. So will it be enough? I guess we'll find out. Okay, so literally as I came back into the pit lane, the AI have already improved. Marquez down to a 43.4. Still 4 minutes to go, so it could be squeaky bum time here. But we're going to see how time progresses. Vinales now takes second place as I speak. So AI currently working on improving. It seems like the 42s is where it's going to make or break it. You know, if my practice lap had been the best I could have done, I think I might have been in trouble. Dovi there with a 0.2. AI are improving, but we're going to go back out in a minute's time or so and see if we can improve some more. Right then, minute 56 to go. We're going to try and go for one more here. Let's see if I can beat my current fastest lap. Wow, what a lap. I think I might just be able to improve it. Sector 3 was incredible. Up to the line, and it's a 42.1. That second half of the lap, wow, I didn't even think I had that much time, to be honest. That is pole, but I had to work for it. That was a much improved second lap, but I don't know where I found that. The first lap felt nearly perfect, to be honest with you, so wow, what a lap that was, incredible. So in the end, as you can see there, we do take pole position, and the AI, that was the maximum they could have done. Dovi with a 0.2 there, and Vinales with a 0.4, along with Marquez, Lorenzo, Mir, Rossi, Quattararo, P8, good job from him, Zarco as well, P9 on the KTM. But all in all, you can see the grid, and to be fair, that was one of the closer qualifyings of the season, dare I say the closest so far, and the gap at 1.1 seconds, and had we not improved, it would have been inside a second. But that does tell me that race pace wise, we could be in for a tricky race, because the AI tend to be quicker on race pace. So let's see how it goes. It's time for round 6 for the Italian Grand Prix, and we're going to jump into the race and see how things go. Okay, so a bit of a game changer. We have a completely wet race, so that's going to make things interesting, because I'm not sure about my race pace here. I think I might be a little bit more slower than past races, and also the fact we're going to have to adapt to the wet conditions in this race from, you know, pretty much a dry weekend so far. That's going to make it quite interesting, but let's see how it goes, and let's see if we can try and convert the pole into another race win. And if we don't win, then at least let's try and outscore Dovi. That's the main thing for the championship. So let's jump into it and let's see how the race goes.
Not long to go now until the Italian Grand Prix here in Mugello, one of the most challenging and spectacular tracks in the entire championship.
Right, here we go, clutch pulled, first gear selected. Let's get ready for the 5 red lights here at Mugello. The lights are on and they are off. And away we go here for round number 6 of the season. And actually everybody gets a great start. There's a lot of riders there getting a great launch off the line. Our start wasn't actually that bad. Down the inside of turn 1 though, I'm hot on the brakes, I've got to be careful here. Down the inside, we're going to regain a few positions and slot back into 3rd place. Dovi leads the way. Marquez P2, Vinales there trying to go down the inside, but no way past just yet. I'm on the curb, I need to get off this curb, man, this risky stuff. Vinales goes around the outside, beautiful move from him. Back down the inside though of Maverick into the next left-hander, we take him back straight away, snapping back, first time I've asked him, not wasting any time. P3 though, that's a good start for my standards. We tend to lose a lot more on the first lap. A little bit wide though through there, got to be careful. Vinales down the inside, but we're going to hold the inside for the next corner. A little bit wide on exit there. Vinales all over the back of me here, trying to make the move. I'm just trying to block him off and make my bike as wide as possible here. Into the second Arrabbiata here. Again, I'm just a little bit wide. And Vinales is looking for the move as we go side by side. I'm going to have to yield, I think, into Scarperia. Vinales all over the curb. The Doctor now behind me, so the Yamaha's having a good start here. I'm just trying to get used to the conditions at the minute. A wet race, first ever wet race in this series. We go back down the inside of Rossi there, but Valentino saw me coming and he switches back underneath once again. Through the chicane here. Straighten her up nice and early, there we go, that's a good exit out of there, but let's see how we are. I think so far, it seems to be what I expected. I think we are going to struggle a bit more this race to show our true pace. Still lots of laps to go, and it's a very long race, but generally speaking, we're not going to have as much pace in this race as we have had in the past races. You can see the pack behind the chasing pack. Everyone trying to follow here as we go to turn 1. I'm going to try and brake at the same point as doing the dry, and it works out just about okay there. Let's try and settle into this race a bit, try and stabilise a bit, and see if we can start building some confidence in the wet and maybe try and attack the M1s again. We're struggling to keep up here. The front 4 just a little bit too quick. We're quicker than the people behind, but not the ones in front. I'm going to need to find a bit more pace if I want to try and compete here today. So I'm a little bit hot to turn 1 there. Looks like the Yamahas really look rapid here today. They seem to have strong pace around the circuit. Ooh, Rossi's out of shape there, big time. That's going to put him on the back foot slightly. This has been a much better lap for me. I stopped using the rear brake so much and I've just stuck to using the front one only. And it's worked out a lot better for me. The rear brake was giving me trouble and I've got a lot more confidence now in the front. And here we go, we've got a toe of Valentino here. Beautiful toe all the way on this straight. We're going to set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, I believe. 46.2, sorry, 49.2. Late on the brakes into turn 1. Can we get it stopped? Oh, yes we do. Actually hit Vinales there. Very late on the brakes, but very nice. It only hits the deck in the Aprilia. But we're just starting to find the rhythm a bit in this race. The Doctor's trying to go back down the inside there. I'm going to block past it and not let him get past just yet that easily. Vinales down the inside on Marquez, or he's trying to anyway. Oh, Valentino there. Jesus, that was a bit of a close one. I was fully committed to turning into the corner there, but we had to back out. I'm very strong through sectors 3 and 4, but especially sector 2, I'm not the best. This kind of section here is where I struggle quite a bit, and the AI are much faster than me. Oh, kind of crotch though, hits the deck. That's a big one. One of the bigger heavy hitters in the championship. At the minute, we're just sitting behind these guys, and there's not much pace in it. We're all very close. Vinales has made the move for P2 on Marquez, but I reckon if I can get a podium, I'd be happy, but it's going to be quite a challenge, I think. Everyone's very similarly matched for pace. Dobby's looking supreme out front, but I think Vinales might try and challenge him. One thing I'm noticing in this race already, though, is acceleration. We are lacking a little bit of acceleration out of the corners. That might be a signal for the first upgrade we might have to make on the bike to make sure we stay competitive, doing some acceleration work. I'm hot into turn 1 there, but we're going to get it slowed down though, just about. But you might see what I mean out of some certain corners. Even though I'm short shifting using 3rd gear, the difference in acceleration is quite extreme, to be honest. And this might be one of them here. Out of here, you might notice a difference. Valentino Rossi there just really pulls away from me. You can see on the acceleration chart, big difference. So we might have to invest in that. Meanwhile, Vinales is really getting a move on here, and he's going to try and challenge Dovi, I think. I think he could do it. He seems the most likely out of all the front runners. He seems to have the most pace. Even when he passed me, he seemed very aggressive. Meanwhile, it's Valentino versus Marquez, a rivalry renewed here at Mugello for the final step on the podium. And I'm just trying to hang on here and see if I can get in on this battle. I reckon it's possible for me to get, mix in with these two. Oh, Valentino's going to be out of shape here through the chicane. Quite badly. That's going to put us on the back of him once again here. As we go into the final corner. Try and take a wide line. Try and bring it back underneath. Third gear. The short shift. Power down. Very wide on the exit there. A little bit too wide for my liking. But that's the only way we can compromise for the lack of acceleration, by short shifting and getting the power down as soon as possible. Back into the 49s, which is better pace. Turn 1, I'm very good on the brakes here into San Donato. But we're not going to go for any rash moves because Marquez is kind of there in the way and I don't want to take him with me in the brake zone. Rossi and Marquez have been side by side for the better part of the lap here. And battling out for that third position. I'm struggling to keep up though at the minute. I really am. Tires are starting to fade. And with it goes my pace. So I'm trying to hold on here. But my only strong point, like I said, is sectors 3 and 4. Especially sector 4. Other than that, I'm generally struggling around here. So it's about survival in the first 2 sectors. But these guys have a little bit too much pace for me. And I'm also just not consistent enough. So I'm going to keep on trying, but the podium is looking a little bit tricky at the minute. These two still exchanging positions here. This was a better lap for me. I've managed to keep up a lot better. This time Marquez is the one to get out of shape through the chicane. And we are going to get the run here. And get past. Into the final corner. I want to try and go around the outside. Try and keep the nice tight line. Don't allow Marquez to get back straight away. But the exit ain't great. That's going to put Marquez onto the back of me here. This might have been the break Valentino Rossi needed though for the podium. Meanwhile, we go back into the 1 minute low 50s. Here comes Marquez. He's got the toe towards turn 1. I'm very hot on the brakes. Wow. Didn't even expect to slow that one down. But somehow we managed to actually challenge Rossi into San Donato there. Let's try and have a strong lap here. Like the last one, I was pretty confident and I was doing pretty well through sectors 1 and 2 last time around. If I can do that one more time, I might have a chance of challenging Valentino here, but I'm having to really be careful. When it comes to pushing, I'm on the absolute limit. My front feels like it's going to tuck every single corner. But I'm trying to hold on here. Oh my god, that was a big one. Huge wobble there, but we're sticking with it. I'm not letting this go without a fight. I want to have a go at the doctor. If I can stay close enough through here, the lap will come to me later on when it comes to sector 4. I hate this corner. This is my worst one on the track. I feel like I'm going to go down every single time I go through Scarperia. I'm going to use third this time just to play it safe through here. Now we can try and line up Rossi for a move, hopefully. Oh, this is wide again. I didn't get the turn in I wanted through Corintaio, but we're going to bring it in for a late apex. So I'm actually within range here of Rossi, which is where I want to be. So we go for the chicane. Definitely within range. Power down. If I can just have a strong final corner here. I'm a little bit wide on entry. Not the best at all there. That was a scruffy final corner. I turned in too late and I had to try and bring it back mid-corner. However, we have actually shaken off Marquez, to be fair. Rossi's picked up the pace. But 50.1, Marquez now is actually further behind than what Rossi is in front. I don't want to challenge Rossi this time into the brakes. I want to make sure I get it slowed down this time. But let's try and have another lap here where we stay strong. And try and challenge him towards sector 4. I know a huge wobble. I'm really pushing the limits here. I'm so close to hitting the deck. I really am. Also, Vinales is looking to challenge Dovi here. The Yamahas really have been strong this race. They're definitely the ones to beat. I hate this corner so much. This one's just the worst. I feel like I'm going to go down every single time. But we've had another strong lap here, and I've definitely stayed within range. I'm going to go second gear this time to get the acceleration. And we are definitely closer to Valentino Rossi this lap. I'm hot though into Corintaio there. This time though, I feel better, I feel confident, I feel closer into the chicane. Try and line up the second one. There we go. Good exit to the inside. To to the final corner. Oh, almost went down there. I could feel the front just let go. I had to get off the brake. But we're going to get the power though, nice and early in third gear. Pick up a fantastic exit. And here we go, onto the last lap of the Grand Prix. We've got a tow on Valentino here. We're going to try and power past the Doctor on the last lap of the Grand Prix for the podium. Nice and easy in the brakes. Let's not overdo it here. Bring it down for the apex. Nicely done. Now we need to hold on for the rest of the lap here. This is going to be so intense. Oh no! It's gone. Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. Come on. Let's not lose too many places. We're only down to P6. That's not too bad. I can get Joan Mir. I can re-overtake him. Let's not panic. I was pushing the limits so much. Let's not overdo it here. Let's try and get past Joan Mir this lap. Let's try and stay within proximity. And maybe pass him towards the end of the lap, maybe. Scar Pereira is just not the one. Everyone struggles through there. We're definitely faster than Mir, though. Much easier to keep up with him than it was with Valentino. I'm going to try and get within range. We hit the back of him quite heavily in Quarantayo. I seem to take a much different line to the AI riders through there. On the power, though. Into the chicane. Joan Mir with a nice tidy line through there, in fairness, but we are going to get the run. Here we go. I'm going to try and send it down the inside. Oh, I'm hot again on the brakes. Come on, let's try and bring it back in. On the power in third gear, like we did with Valentino Rossi. Strong exit. Dovi wins the race. Do we have enough on the straight to get past the Suzuki? It's a drag race to the line, and we're just going to do it and nick P5 and take the position back. Just at the end there with the KTM, the power really coming through, and we managed to just snatch it back. And all in all, I'll take that, to be honest with you. Even with the crash, we just were struggling that race. We really was, and you know, the acceleration was a big factor, but also just the fact for once the AI actually were fast. They were on pace, and let's not forget I'm riding a KTM. So all in all, not a bad race, and I'll take that, to be honest with you. But now let's look at the final race results. So looking at the final race results, Dovi wins, and we actually bring home the fastest lap on that second lap of the Grand Prix, I believe, or something like that. But other than that, pretty much the AI were strong enough. The Yamahas were really strong. Dovi held on though from Vinales, so fair play to him. The Yamahas pick up a double podium. Marquez P4. We snatch P5 from Joan Mir across the line by 18 thousandths of a second. And then Lorenzo P7, Petrucci 8th, and then Zarco P9 in the other KTM. Then we've got Rins running off the top 10, and then Iannone, Miller, Bagnaia, Crutchlow and Espargaro on the second KTM scoring points. And then Quattararo misses out along with Oliveira, Siren, Nakagami, Rabat, Abram, Espargaro and Morbidelli bringing out the rear. But in terms of the Riders' Championship, we hold on to second place. We're still comfortable second, 19 points behind Dovi, 40, no, not 40, around 30-ish clear of Vinales, so that's not too bad. And Marcus holds P4 in front of the Dr. Valentino Rossi. But in terms of the constructors, Ducati will extend their gap a little bit, and the gap is now 19 points, the same as the Riders' Championship. And in terms of the Team Championship, Monster Energy Yamaha really, you know, with that double podium, they're keeping the pressure on Ducati here. And if it wasn't for Dovi, Yamaha would be leading the championship by quite some way, because they are around 40 points clear of Repsol Honda. And we're currently still sitting in P4, around 16 points behind the Orange Machine. So not too bad. And also Suzuki, they're keeping us close company in P5. But all things considered, guys, we're now going to move into the main menu, and we're going to get some acceleration upgrades onto the bike. Okay, so here we are then on the R&D screen. We're going to put some upgrades on. We have so many points saved up. So what we're going to do is, we're going to delve first of all, not into the engine, but into the aerodynamics. And the reason I want to go for it is because the downforce, in my opinion, needs work. The bike comes up quite a bit, and if we keep the bike low, we can get more power and therefore pick up better acceleration. So, as you can see on the right hand side, this option prevents the bike from pulling wheelies, hence increasing acceleration, which is exactly what we need. So we're going to get 2 or 3 of these onto the bike straight away, because I want to make sure that we've really got that front end, or more, yeah, that front end kind of tucked in nice into the tarmac, and it pulls away quite nicely. And then in terms of the engine, we're going to improve the traction, not the power, because we want to improve the acceleration. So we're going to go for 3 more on the traction side of things as well, to make sure the bike picks up nice. And then we will add on just 1 power upgrade to add a little bit more sauce on a straight line. So yeah, that's going to be it for the upgrades. I don't want to abuse it too much. I've got a lot of points saved up, but only when I feel like we're slipping away, I'm going to keep the upgrades going to keep the field, pretty interesting. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of my MotoGP Career Mode. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like and also subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 and MotoGP content. Turn on notifications to not miss a video from me, and finally check out these two videos on your screen if you have missed them. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next episode very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.